They kicked me out at 18, and 5 years later threw a family dinner to show off the daughter they pretended didn't exist. At 22, I lived alone in a tiny studio in a grimy northern city, far from the big house outside London where I grew up. My childhood looked fine on the surface. My dad, a respected GP, my mom, a local figure, and my brother Eric, the golden child. He was perfect, admired, and loved. I was the quiet, unplanned afterthought. When I said I didn't want to go to university, they gave me two choices: go or leave. So I left. With a suitcase, some savings, and a friend's sofa. That became a mattress, then my first home. I worked nights in a cafe and wrote stories on napkins and receipts. I didn't have a plan. I just needed to live on my terms. Over time, I built a quiet life. Cafe friends, photography, peace. Then I met David, a kind history teacher. He believed in me and sent my poems to a publisher. When they got accepted, everything changed. I started publishing regularly, gaining recognition. David and I moved in together, got a dog, and built a life full of love. Then my mother called, for the first time in 5 years. No apology, just family dinner, next Sunday. I went, hoping for reconciliation, but it was a show. Strangers filled the house. My mother whispered, "Smile, dear," as people asked for autographs. I escaped to the bathroom, heart pounding. When she knocked, I told her, this wasn't a dinner, it was a press conference. I gave her a choice. I leave quietly, or I expose them. She told me to stay, but I texted David. As I left, my father stopped me, saying they were proud. I asked, "Then where were you when I published my first book?" Silence. Back at the hotel, I felt peace. The next day, calls poured in. My father asked to talk like family. I told him I wasn't part of that family anymore. David held me and said something I'll never forget. Family isn't blood, it's who you choose. And that day, I chose myself.